Shalom, this is Yehudit Sfat. I want to share with you what I plan to do for the 40th day of the 40 days of Teshuvah, forgiveness, and compassion on Yom Kippur. I'm recording this ahead of time, but the color system is to remind me of the path I've been on these last 10 days, particularly in this level of the fourth level of the process of the 40 days, the level between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, the level of Atzilut world, the integrative world, the level of our Chaya soul, of our being alive with fullness, and honoring the Keter aspect with my white scarf today, and tomorrow I'll wear tonight and tomorrow for Yom Kippur I'll wear all white. But meanwhile I've been playing with the greens and yellows of the Yud, the pathway of the Yud, which is this level in terms of the Yud Hey Vav Hey, which I've done for the four, and honoring the four worlds that we've gone through, from the world of Asiyah to the world of Yetzirah, the world of physicality and emotions, to Bria, the mental world, and now closeness to God, the spiritual integrative world. And in all these worlds, we have combined a letter from the divine name, and this last world has been the letter Yud, when the pathway of the Yud is between Tiferet and Netzach, according to the Ari. And the colors in the rainbow system for that are green for Tiferet and yellow for Netzach. And the blue, because we're in the level of Chokmah, and the white that we're moving towards Keter for the final 40th day. So let me review again the centered Yud that I've been doing. So bringing the hands back to back, up, pointing, leaning the head forward to be a mirror for the Yud, and then lowering the fingertips, opening the palms, and bringing that into myself. So this touching base with the infinite, with HaShem, and waiting for an answer, waiting for feedback, making an interactive relationship. Going towards that place of atonement, of at-one-ment. The whole day tomorrow on Yom Kippur is focused on the at-one-ment. At-one-ment, being at one with HaShem at every level of our being. And then the Keter, the Nikudot for Keter is the Kamatz. So I'm going to put my feet shoulder-width apart for this one, and hands come back to back and come up like you do with the Yud. And there's one Kamatz there with a wide breath this way and a little tail here, and then it turns over and you have a long tail and the Kamatz at the top, and a complete effacement of self. So it's beyond even the place of language. It's beyond even the one-pointed understanding of wisdom and Chokmah, Keter. The eternal nowness, isness, this moment as it is, as it unfolds, that all thoughts of the past and the future are just that, they're not being present. So my presentness is beyond that level of thought and beyond that level of language and distinction. It just is. It's being in the moment of is. And that's where, with all the words I may go through tomorrow and the day of at-one-ment, honoring our deep, 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 deep connection to HaShem, whether we know it or not, it's there. And we've been trying to be more conscious and more conscious of how that works in our world, and letting go of other beliefs and systems that keep us and prevent us from being close to HaShem and trusting HaShem. So I have blessings that these movements will help you do this. Letting go of the extras, getting back to your essence, Teshuvah, returning to your essence, and forgiving ourselves and others for every ways that we may have been blocking our connection with HaShem, and having a lot of compassion in the process on us and on others and on the whole world. So let's start the 10 repetitions of moving up internally through the body as I repeat the centered Yud and the Kamatz in sequence from Malkhut to Keter. So the Yud, then I'm going to move left for Malkhut for the Kamatz. Yesod, I'm going to step to the right for the Kamatz. Back to the left for hold. Right for Netzach. Yeah. I'm going to move to the left for this Tiferet. Again for the Word. Yeah. And to the right for Hesed. Left for Bina. Right for Chokmah. And a final Keter, moving to the left for the Nikudot. Kamatz. And letting HaShem breathe me. As I let the energy pass down through the crown into the earth, all the way through the body, the tree of life that is my body. Letting go and letting HaShem breathe me, being present with our breath. Each breath we take is inspired by HaShem. We are alive as long as HaShem breathes us, chooses to breathe us. I'm doing this particular video on the Keter level of my house. I actually have a Keter storage unit here, and in the distance there's Mount Meron. I don't know if you can see it in the back there. And the city of Sfat. And I bless each of us as we move into this day of Yom Kippur, of atonement, at one-ment, of cleansing, complete cleansing. As I learned it, we are forgiven and cleansed when we begin the holiday, and all the way through we need to remember that. And we'll end up with Ne'ilah, where the doors close, according to Rabbi Shlomo Carlebach, behind us. And we have our intimate connection with HaShem, with the doors closed behind. And each Yid, each person has that intimate connection. And that is what I bless you all with experiencing as you move into the 40th day and completing this count of 40 days of Teshuvah, forgiveness and compassion after our 40 days of challenge and centering, after our 40 days of blessing, after our 49 days of the Sefirot count in the spring. And I will, after Yom Kippur, start another Sefirot count for the Ethiopian 49 days from Yom Kippur to Sigd, which is like a day of revelation and the giving of the Torah for the Ethiopians, which comes on the 29th of Heshvan. So I'm planning, I think, to continue doing some movements to count those 49 days with you, as well as couple other layers of one thing. I do want to mention, after Yom Kippur till Sukkot, you have 4 days of the divine name for the new year coming down freshly. So being aware, we've been going up through these 4 worlds, up to Yud, and now we're after Yom Kippur, we're going to come down with a Yud, new Hay, a new Vav, and a new final Hay for this coming year. Blessings for this, and may you be written and sealed in the book of life, and goodness and joy, simcha, and sweetness for this new year of 5784. Many blessings to you.